Dear students, welcome you all to the industrial pharmacy class. In today class, we will discuss some the topics related to compression and consolidation chapter. And in today discussion, we will explain in detail compression, including the dry method, wet method, and slugging method for the preparation of the tablets, tableting machines, and the other equipments required for the tableting. And in the last part of the lecture, we will discuss the various problems involved in the tableting process. Dear students, the main aims of this lecture is to know about the topics related to tablets compression, including the three methods of the manufacturing of tablets, that is one of the method is dry method or dry granulation method. The second one is wet granulation method, and the third one that is also termed as slugging. And the various types of machine like single punch compression machine and multi press compression machines and certain other equipment used for the tableting, and the various problems involved in the processing of tablets. Dear students, after the completion of this lecture, you will be able to learn about these processes, including compression, tableting machines, and various types of the other equipment apart from the compression machines used for tablets, and different types of the problems and their remedies that are faced during the process of the tableting. Dear students, recalling from the granulation, there's granules are prepared by two methods, either the wet granulation method or dry granulation method. And granulation is a process of collecting particles together by creating bonds between them. And there are five mechanisms that we have discussed in the previous lectures. By the five mechanism, bonds are formed, and collecting the particles and to prepare the granules. Bonds are formed by compression or by using a suitable binding agent. Granulation is extensively used and for the manufacturing of tablets, pellets, or spheroids. The granulation process combines one or more powders and forms a granule that will allow tableting or spheronization process to be within required limit. Dear students, there are three methods of the manufacturing of tablets, and two are for the granulation. One of that is the wet granulation method, and the second one is dry granulation method. And wet granulation method, it is a process of size enlarging or the granulation of a mix of active ingredient and excipient powder particles into stable aggregates exhibiting desired properties of compressibility, that we are going to formulate the granules have wet granulation mass, and the desired properties, we want to prepare a stable aggregates having some characteristic properties or desired properties including a compressibility, that is easily compressible, in order to formulate tablets, cohesiveness with extra qualities or desired properties, and that stable aggregates that we are going to prepare from the powder mix or powder particle, that is a mixture of active ingredients as well as excipients of the powder, in order to improve the flowability or the flow properties that is not existed in the powder mix. We are going to prepare the granules in order to enhance the flow properties of that particular mix. Moreover, bulk density. So these are the desired properties that we are going to process the particles of the mix, that is active ingredients and excipient combination, and a stable aggregate having these properties are prepared. Now, granules may be a final product or an intermediate product that needs for further processing, like we want to prepare encapsulation may be possible, and the granule may be encapsulated or it may be further subjected to the process of compression in order to prepare the tablets. And the granules may be a final product, and it may be granules may be added to the packaging as a final product as well. And the process of the wet granulation method, that involving the massing of a mix of dry primary powder particle using a granulating fluid. The fluid contains a solvent that must be volatile and non-toxic, for example water or organic solvent, and these solvents, either the aqueous base or organic solvent base, are having some properties like the non-toxic nature, and these must be evaporated for further processing of the granules into the final dosage form granules or intermediate product that is further subjected to the processing like the compression in order to prepare the tablet dosage form or encapsulated. The granulating solvent that is containing the solvent that is must be volatile or non-toxic, for example water base or the organic solvent base, may contain a binding agent to ensure particle adhesion after drying, and a granulating fluid binder is also added. Povidone, that is polyvinyl pyrrolidone, abbreviated as PVP, PVPC30 grade, is used as a binder as one of the most commonly used pharmaceutical binders. PVP, that is povidone or polyvinyl pyrrolidone, is dissolved in water or solvent and added to the process as a granulating fluid or granulating liquid. Typical liquids that are used as granulating fluid, it is water or organic solvent. Water may adversely affect drug stability, causing hydrolysis. It needs a longer drying time. This increases the length of the process. Advantages include non-flammable and economic. There are some adverse effects including the stability related and hydrolysis, that is due to the water present in the formulation, And moreover, the longer duration of time for the drying process is necessary in order to get the granule dry, because if it is not dried, then the sticking and the proper shaping will be not possible if we are going to prepare the tablets. And drying is also necessary, that we have discussed the several advantages of the drying process, and to certain limit the moisture will be kept. This increases the length of process as well. But the advantages of the water, if we use as a liquid, in this case of the wet granulation, it is due to the non-flammable nature and economical point of view. We can select and we will prefer. These are the basis of the two advantages. On the other hand, typical liquid also include organic solvent like ethanol, IPA, that is isopropyl alcohol or isopropanol, or combination of these. Used with water sensitive drug. In case of the water sensitive drug, we cannot use the water, and in this case the organic solvents are used. Alternative to dry granulation are when rapid drying time is required. When rapid drying time is not required, and the material is not water sensitive drugs, and which is the water will be used, although it takes longer time for drying process. If their stability issues are not related with the water in the formulation, then we will prefer the water because of the economical point of view and non-flammable nature as well. While in case of the water sensitive drug, we will prefer the organic solvents. The moist mass is broken up into coarse granular aggregates using screen or mesh with large perforation. The purpose is to increase surface area to facilitate removal of moisture, and mixing with other tablet excipient are then added, and lubricant, glided, remaining of disintegrate, and then compaction is done. These are some of the steps involving, in a brief, I have told you about the wet granulation process. The product characteristic after this process is dust free, easy to dose, good solubility, highly suitable for making into tablets, compact structure, low hygroscopicity, and as well as high bulk density and wide grain size distribution. These are the product characteristics after the processing, the several steps that I have told you in this slide. The drying process will be done, a process of evaporating the liquid that we have added, either the water or the organic solvent contained within the aggregates produced by a wet granulation process, to a predetermined moisture content. The limited will be sure that what is the limit of moisture level, and then the remaining quantity of the liquid will be evaporated. And it is accomplished by the drying process will be accomplished through selecting the suitable dryer like tray dryer, that is direct contact with the heating medium, and it is also termed as train truck dryer, that is a static bed dryer. And another one is the fluidized bed dryer, that is the indirect contact of the product within the heating medium. But care should be taken while selecting the organic solvents and that particular fluidized bed dryer, or either the heater should be turned off in case of the handling the material having the organic solvent, and we are going to dry through the fluidized bed dryer. Moreover, single step technology for the wet granulation is also done. Single machine utilized for both the wet granulation and drying process, and one unit operation, that is termed a fluidized bed dryer. Use of the fluidized bed dryer not only utilizing the wet granulation that I have told you, recalling from the when we are discussing the fluidized bed dryer, that it can be used for the mixing and wet granulation as well. It is a multiple step process performed in the same vessel to mix, that is the first one, granulate, we can prepare granules, and dry the powder. So there is a multiple step process using this piece of equipment, that is fluidized bed dryer. Combine wetting the powder to form granules and then drying them in the same piece of equipment. Not only mixing is done, granulation is also performed, and moreover, drying is possible in the same piece of equipment by using fluidized bed dryer. This is a single step technology for the wet granulation. Another way to prepare granules that is termed as dry granulation. The dry granulation process is used to form granules without using a liquid solution because the product to be granulated may be sensitive to the moisture and heat. We have to add some quantity of the liquid in the wet granulation, but if the material is sensitive to moisture, then the dry granulation process will be preferred. And if the material is heat sensitive, and the wet granulation method, we have to add the granulating fluid and the several steps involved, and then we have to dry the same as well. Forming granules without moisture requires compacting and densifying the powder. In this process, the primary powder particles are aggregated under high pressure. Dry granulation can be conducted in two processes, either by a large tablet formation, that is also termed as slug, is produced in a heavy-duty tableting press, or the dry granulation can be conducted by using the powder squeezed between two rollers to produce a sheet of material, and squeeze between the two rollers, that is this piece of equipment is termed as roller compactor. Tablets produced by compression granulation or dry granulation having certain advantages, including wide exposure of the powder to moisture and heat, used for powders of very low bulk density to increase their bulk density, and there are certain drawbacks in this process of the dry granulation, including tablet disintegration and dissolution may be retarded due to double lubrication and compaction. Now methods of dry granulation, that include the slugging technique and the roller compaction technique that I have told you earlier. Step for the dry granulations, some prominent steps for the blend of finely divided powder is forced into the dies of a large capacity tablet press, then compacted by means of flat press punches. Compacted masses are called slug, and process is called slugging. A roller compactor that I have told you to produce stacks or sheets by selecting the roller compactor. Slugs or sheets are then milled or squeezed to produce granules flow more than the original powder mixture. That is, the quality of the granules, that their flow will be more compared to the original powder mix. Another way that is termed as direct compression. As the term direct compression is defined as the process by which tablets are compressed directly from powder mixture of active pharmaceutical ingredient and a suitable excipient. It involves only two unit operations, powder mixing and tableting. The powder are mixed, and then these are subjected to the compression. Advantages of direct compression include reduced production time and cost, because in the wet granulation there are far more steps as compared to the direct compression, and the dry granulation some extra steps are required in order to process, while in the dry compression the minimum steps are involved, so reducing the production time and cost, and product stability can be improved. Fast product dissolution due to fast disintegration into primary particles. Less number of equipments are required, less process validation, and an economical point of view and cost point of view. The direct compression required less cost and reducing the production time as well. Elimination of heat and moisture, thus increasing not only the stability but also the suitability of the process for thermolabile and moisture sensitive active pharmaceutical ingredient. Moreover, the chances of batch to batch variation are negligible because the unit operation required for manufacturing processes fewer. Less less amount of steps are required. Minimum steps are required for the operation or manufacturing. So there are less chances of the batch to batch variation, and the error chances will be minimum. Some of the drawbacks involved in the using the direct compaction process, including the large particle must be used of acceptable fluidity and bulk density, and many active ingredients are not compressible either in crystalline or amorphous form, so it is not possible to compress directly. Need directly compressible filler that is usually expensive, for example MCC, that is microcrystalline cellulose, and have a cell 102 and 101 pH 101 and spread white lactose. These are the compressible fillers, directly compressible fillers. These are required because of their expensiveness. It is become costly as compared to the other processing where the directly compressible fillers are not required. Apart from these disadvantages, there are several other disadvantages of direct compression, that is the problems in the uniform distribution of low dose drugs, high dose drug having high bulk volume, poor flowability and poor compressibility are not suitable for direct compression. For example, aluminum hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide. Moreover, non-uniform distribution of colors, especially and tablets of deep color. Now this is a table regarding several steps like wet granulation, dry granulation and dry compression. You can see a number of steps required for the wet granulation, and compared to wet granulation there are some steps which are not involved in the dry granulation. Few steps are deleted in this one. But in the dry compression there are milling and mixing of drug and excipient and then further compression. So the minimum is in the dry compression and the maximum in the wet granulation, and compared to the dry compression and wet granulation, the maximum steps involved in the wet granulation and minimum in the dry compression. Now we will discuss the tableting machine. Tableting compression machines designed as hopper, different parts including the hopper, dies, punches, cam tracks and feeding mechanism. Hopper for holding and feeding granules are to produce the powder to be compressed, while the dies that define the size and shape of the tablets. We can see the different sizes and different shape, and the dies will determine the size and shape of the tablet. Punches for compressing the granules within the die, cam tracks for guiding the movement of the punches, a feeding mechanism for moving granules from the hopper and to the die. Tablet presses, single punch press, that is also termed as eccentric press. By top model that makes one tablet at a time, single stationary press. Disadvantage is production of small batches of tablet, 200 tablets per minute. It is a disadvantage of the single punch compression machine. A rotary press, that is multi-station press, that is what was left to increase the output of the tablet, 10,000 tablets per minute, and nowadays 50,000, 1 lakh, and more advanced rotary presses are available. Used for large scale production, it consists of a number of dies and set of punches from 3 to 60. The dies are mounted in a circle in the die table, and both the die table and the punches rotate together during the operation of the machine, that is for the production of the tablet. You can see the rotary press diagram, that is a figure showing the multi-stationer press. Apart from compression machines, some other tableting equipments are used, like tablet weight monitoring devices. High rate of tablet output with modern press requires continuous tablet weight monitoring with electronic monitoring devices like Thomas Tablet, Sentinel, Pharma Control and Kalen Control System (MC). Tablet digester are also used. In almost all cases, tablets comes out of the tablet machine bear excessive powder on its surface and that required to be removed and run through the tablet digester to remove that excess powder. Packaging machines also used for packaging or trapping. Pharmaceutical manufacturers have to pack their medicine before they can send out for the distribution and marketing. The type of packaging will depend on the formulation of the medicine. Blister packs are a common form of packaging used for a wide variety of the products. They are safe and easy to use and they allow the consumer to see the contents without opening the packs that we see and the packing of the tablets and capsule in the market. Dryers, the different types of dryers used like the thread dryer and the fluidizable dryer and purpose is to remove the liquid contained within the aggregate produced by wet granulation process to predetermined moisture level. Thread dryer and fluidizable dryer that I have told you earlier. A mixer and blender is also used. Now in this part of the lecture we will discuss in detail the problems involved in the tableting. There are different problems we are facing during the processing of the tablets, including the binding, stacking, packing, filming, capping, lamination, mottling, chipping, wet variation, poor flow, hardness variation, double impression and cracking. Binding is the adhesion of the granules to the die wall and this causes the resistance of the tablet to eject from the die. That is usually due to insufficient lubrication which produce tablets with rough and vertical score marks on the edges. How this problem, that is the adhesion of the granules to the die wall and due to which the resistance of the tablets and the process of ejection from the die will be resulted. This can be improved by increased lubrication. By this way the adhesion will be minimized. Improve lubricant distribution, increasing the moisture content of the granulation. Stacking, packing and filming, these are the adhesion of the material to the punch faces. Stacking means whole adhesion. It is usually due to improperly dried or lubricated granulation causing the whole tablet surface to stick to the punch faces, leading to dull, straight or rough tablet faces. Remember that stacking is whole adhesion of the tablet's surface to the punch faces. And packing is a localized adhesion as a form of stacking in which a small portion of the granulation stick to the punch faces. And stacking the whole tablet and stick to the punch faces, while in the packing the small portion of the granulation stick to the punch face and a portion of the tablet surface is missed. Filming means that is a slow form of sticking and is largely due to excessive moisture in the granulation. Capping occurs when the upper segment of the tablet separates from the main portion of the tablet and comes up as a cap. Mosaic problem can appear immediately after compression or hours, even days after preparation. It is usually due to air entrapment in the granulation which is compressed into die during the compression and then expand when the pressure is released. Reason of capping due to the air entrapment are large amount of fines in the granulation and the lack of sufficient clearance between the punch and die wall, and new punches and dies that are tight fitting, too dry granule. Lamination that is due to the same causes as capping except that the tablet splits at the sides into two or more distinct clearer parts, that is termed as lamination. If tablets laminate only at certain station, the tooling is usually the cause of the lamination. Solution for the capping and lamination, you can see that is the top or bottom crown of the tablet lamination, but these are some parts of the removal that is from this lamination by capping is upper or bottom crown of removal of the tablet. Increasing the binder, we can minimize and we can control the capping and lamination. Adding dry binders such as gummy cassia or PVP, that is polyvinyl pyrrolidone, and moreover decreasing the upper punch diameter, a certain degree of puncture in the granules are the solution for capping and lamination. Modeling, that is unequal distribution of color on the surface of the tablet, and different causes responsible for the process of mottling is one of the problem. A drug that differs in color from its excipient or whose degradation products are highly colored. Another reason is migration of a dye during drying of a granulation, that is change the solvent system, reduce the drying temperature of grain to a smaller particle size. You can see the unequal distribution of color in this as well as these tablets. On the right and left side you can see chipping is defined as the breaking of tablet edges while the tablet leaves the press or during subsequent handling and coating operation. Reason are incorrect machine setting, especially misset ejection takeoff. The causes and remedies of chipping related to formulation, that is granulation. Causes are sticking on punch faces, too dry granules, too much binding causes chipping at bottom, and remedies for solution of these problems, that is due to related to the formulation. Dry the granules properly or increase the lubrication. Moisten the granules to plasticize, add hygroscopic substances. These are the remedies for solution of the chipping related to the formulation. The cause of chipping related to machine, that is not formulation related, these are related to the machine like dies, punches and tablet press. Causes grooves of die worn at compression point, barrel die, that is the center of the die wider than end. Edge of punch face or turn inside or inward. Concavity too deep to compress the mask properly. These are the causes of chipping related to machine. Now how to solve this problem related to dies, punches and tablet press. Polish to open end, reverse or repeat die. The second is to polish the die to make it cylindrical. Polish the punch edges, reduce concavity of punch faces, use plate punches in order to control the chipping problem related to machine. Another processing problem, that is weight variation. It is caused by various factors including fluid flow, for example characteristic of granules, increasing machine speed, and certain other including the improper blending of granules, lack of sufficient amount of the lubricant, abnormal uniform mixing of all excipients, improper tool setting of machine, high speed running of the machine, and improper gradient selection. These are the reasons of the weight variation occur in the tablet. Improper drying, making tablet with sufficient different weight and proportion of small to large granules influence the die filling capacity and thereby results in weight variation of tablets. Because of the variation and the small and large granules and the mix and the flow will be definitely affected. If large granules are used to fill small die cavities, even a small differences and granules results in high percent weight variation of tablets. Remedies of controlling this is to uniform size distribution, that is narrow and smaller granular sizes, preferred. Poor flow is another problem in the tableting. The causes include improper design of hopper, poor flow of granules, bridging or arcing, and red holing of granules at the bottom of the hopper, segregation or stratification of particles due to use of flow promoting devices like the vibrators, surges of excessive flow above the hopper. These are the causes of the poor flow. Poor mixing, that is also a cause of the poor flow, and causes of the poor mixing, improper mixing of ingredients like glidants and lubricants useful for proper flow and punching. If these are not mixed properly in the mixing of the ingredients, then definitely it will affect the proper flow and punching. Insufficient or inadequate time of the mixing. A properly time of mixing is not processed for the mixing and insufficient mixing is done, then poor mixing will be resulted. Remedy proper mixing by maintaining adequate time and using suitable mixer for the suitable time as well. Hardness variation. The causes of the hardness is due to weight variation and granules filled in die and space between lower and upper punches, resulting in the hardness variation. Remedy of controlling the hardness variation, proper tooling of the machine. Double impression. Double impression involves only those punches which have a monogram or other engraving on them. You can see the different tablets having certain monogram of the companies or of the product as well. In this case, double impression is involved only, and the punches having the monogram are engraving on the punches. The reason at the moment of compression the tablet receives the imprint of the punch. Now on some machines the lower punch freely drops and travels uncontrolled for a short distance between winding up the ejection cam to push the tablet out of the die. Now during this free travel the punch rotates, and at this point the punch may make a new impression on the bottom of the tablet, resulting in the double impression. These are the reason of the double impression. Causes of the double impression is free rotation of either upper punch or lower punch during ejection of the tablet. Remedies include use keying and tooling, that is insert a key alongside of the punch so that it fits the punch and prevents punch rotation. The second remedy is newer presses have anti-turning devices which prevent punch rotation. Quaking. Small fine cracks observed on upper and lower central surface of the tablet are very rarely on the side wall are referred to as cracks. You can see the different cracks in the tablet. Reason it is observed as a result of rapid expansion of tablet, especially when deep concave punches are used. The causes large size of granules, too dry granules, tablet expands in relation to cold. Remedies of cracking include reduce granule size, add fine, moisten the granules properly, and add proper amount of binder and proper granulation, add dry binder, and compress at room temperature rather than to granulate it into too cold. Finally, the references: Lachman, and moreover a review paper entitled as Manufacturing of Defects of Tablets, that is published in Journal of Drug Delivery and Therapeutics. The volume, the year, and pages. And the second paper entitled as Tablet Manufacturing Process and Defects of Tablets, published in Alexa Pharmacy. Thank you all for your attention.